everyone. Hello, everyone. And hello, everyone. Welcome back to the rest stop. In today's video, I'm just going to be having one of these creamy strawberry Halls cough drops. And maybe a Luden or two. Do some talking and some finger snapping hand sounds. Maybe some. It's really hot in here, so my hands aren't as dry. I'm actually sweating right now, but I'm in a hoodie and sweatpants, so that's my own fault. I never enjoyed mouth sounds that were intentional, but like a candy or something, I do like that. I do like that. I think the first time that I found out that I liked some sort of trigger involving eating was from the OG Terrar, DeGuello. I can never remember how to say his name. Dr. Andrew Michaels. Because he would often have a candy in his mouth for his role plays. And then ever since then, I was like, it's kind of nice. But I don't like the chewing. I don't like the chewing sounds. 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 So I guess I can tell you why I bought the cough drops. I have like some sort of upper sinus thing going on. Or maybe it's just allergies. I think actually it's just allergies. And it's starting to mess with my throat a little bit. And growing up, my parents had some of these. And I remember I was sick. And I was sleeping on the side of their bed, like on the floor. And I ate the entire bag. Or what was left, probably like 10 of them. Only like 10 of them. How many are you supposed to eat? I guess you can eat as many as you want. Dissolve 1 or 2 drops at a time, slowly in the mouth. Repeat as needed. Okay. So you can eat as many as you want of those. But I could have sworn maybe that was something my parents told me, like, so I wouldn't eat all the cough drops next time. But I didn't like the normal ones. I had to be the creamy strawberry because they're actually good. It didn't taste like medicine. It tastes like candy. But fast forward, I had never bought a package of cough drops ever until I was in basic training. Until I was in basic training. Until I was in basic training. Basic training for the Air Force. Oh, see, I only got one good one. But you can't have food in the dorms, in the barracks. Can't have food in the barracks. So, I remember someone had offered me a cough drop. And I was like, are you sick? And he's like, no, they're just good. It's like candy. You know, so when you're hungry, you just have a cough drop, and it kind of gives you it's like a little sweet treat. And mind you, we eat 3 times a day, but the portions aren't big enough. Especially if, you know, you had any sort of muscle on you, you know, before coming in. I lost 20 pounds at the end of basic training, throughout basic training. But anyways, I was like, okay, I'll try it out. And it was the wild cherry. I'll get them right now. It was the wild cherry from Luden's. And they're sugar-free, okay? Now, I don't know if you know this. I'll finish the story. Sorry. I know someone commented, do you have ADHD? I don't know. I don't want to be like a self-diagnoser, but when I start talking, I can't stay on one topic. Maybe that's normal. Anyways. I was like, wow, those are actually really good. You know, you're eating real food, mainly like eggs, meat, and then some sort of carbohydrate. Like they had like I think it was like whole grain noodles. Like if you ever had the like yakisoba, I think that's what it's called. Have you ever had yakisoba? It's just beef and noodles. Basically just look like spaghetti, to be honest with you. That was just an example, but breakfast I would have. The eggs were terrible. Literally terrible. Like, gross. They were gross. They were like powdered eggs. But I would try to eat them to get some sort of protein, but normally I would have pancakes. And I would put peanut butter on the pancakes. Have some milk. And then, you know, some sort of sausage or something for protein. So, you know, you're eating relatively clean, but you're not eating very much food with how much you're training. We're marching every single day, miles and miles at a time. Like literally marching for miles. It gets really tiring and it's really hot outside in San Antonio, Texas. So the food wasn't enough, and so when I had this Luden, I was like, oh my gosh. Those are insanely good. It's like actually like candy. So the next time we went to the shopette, over by Jailhouse, or not Jailhouse. No, Jailhouse is security forces dorms. What am I thinking of? What are the, you know how they call Disneyland? Sorry, my dad's calling me. You know how they call the nice new barracks, Disneyland. What do they call the old ones? I can't remember. They call the security forces dorms jailhouse, and they called the female dorms firehouse. I can't remember. Anyways, over by the old dorms, went to the shopette, and I bought 2 bags of these wild cherries. And man, hey man, can I have one? 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 Hey, can I have one? Can I have a cough drop, man? Hey, can I have a cough drop? Can I have one? Hey man, let me get one. Hey Dunk, let me get one. Dunk. Yo Dunk, throw me one. It's like, bro, they're mine. Anyways, so that's where the cough drops came into play. And then when I had this, throat thing, I was like, I'm gonna go get some. And I just finished this bag off, maybe 2 or 3 days. I probably have 12 left in here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11. How did I get so close? Anyways, so I've been eating a lot of cough drops. If you guys know anything about sugar-free candy, it can, how do I say this without being gross? Cause you to empty yourself. So basically, I'd just be walking around farting. Everybody does that though, But I'm like, dang, I'm farting a lot. Like, what's going on? So I looked it up. It's a freaking cough drops, dude. I'm like, oh, are you supposed to only eat like a certain amount? But it doesn't say like you can only have 5 in a day or something like that. It's from my cuties. So anyways, a little fun little story. Just a fun little story about my time in basic training. It's really crazy how people adapt and you find a way to get through, a bad situation with something like cough drops. Or, Skippy peanut butter. For example, peanut butter cups were like contraband on my flight. People getting caught bringing them in. Some of my best friends that I have now from the military, I used to be their superior. If any veterans here, like, you hear this story, they're gonna be like, bro, shut up. But in basic training, you get it. In basic training, you have like element leaders. So an element is like, what is it, like at least 3 people, I think, or 4 people. And then a fire team is at least 3 people. rank is 4, has to be 4. So it's just like different levels of organization of people. And a flight is the entire group. And then a squadron is like all of the flights together under one job. You know. So essentially, like, I was an element leader. So I took care of the second element. No, I was the first element, sorry. I took care of the first element. So if I would basically have to go do a pre-check. Like, everybody's beds were made right. Everybody had all their stuff squared away in their locker. Everything in the right position in their drawer. Make sure they had their keys around their neck. Make sure everything was perfect, right? Because if it wasn't, then I get in trouble for you. That's the one thing I hated about the military, is like, I don't want to get in trouble for somebody else. So like, hey man, can you do your job? Like, just do your job. I really won't. I will never yell at somebody. Especially in basic training, like, that's corny. But, bro, my buddies kept bringing in Skippy peanut butter, and that was against the rules because it can cause like roaches and stuff, and we don't want that in the dorms. And so I pull them aside, and I'm like, hey guys, you got to get rid of it. You can't, like, I'm not gonna say anything, but like, don't stop bringing stuff in here. Like, you're gonna have to hide it in the trash can. And they're like, all right, bro, we got you. This is when I wasn't really close with them, but I thought they were hilarious, but also really annoying because they kept getting us in trouble. And they're like, all right, bro, we got you. They lied. And then they brought more peanut butter in, and I'm like, you guys, you have to stop. Like, this is your last chance, for real. You're forcing my hand here. I'm gonna have to say something, because we're all gonna get in trouble for you, and it makes all of us look bad. And I'm trying to do good. I'm trying to succeed, right? You know? And they're like, all right, bro, honestly, we respect you. Like, we got you. Won't happen again. I found peanut butter again for the 3rd time, and I'm like, okay, this is disrespectful to me now, because, like, obviously you don't respect me enough to, like, just see that I'm trying to help you out and save you from a flight chief. So I said, you're out of luck, pal. And I had to snitch. And they're like, I'm like, guys, I'm sorry. I can't do this. If we get caught again with peanut butter, we're gonna be doing 1,000 million bajillion push-ups and running laps all day. And they're like, every time they're like, oh man, we get it. Go, like, just go tell them we're sorry. Both of these guys are still in the military, by the way. So they get called into the flight chief's office. And they'd already been in trouble multiple times before. So this is why I had to tell. And all you hear is just bloody murder screaming. And my flight chief wasn't a big guy. You know, he wasn't like a scary guy or anything. I mean, he was intimidating because he was very fierce. But he was smaller than, like, a lot of the new guys, the trainees. So it was always funny when he would light somebody up, because it's like, dude, he sounds so mad. Which he's not. He's just doing his job. He's actually a really cool guy. And I enjoyed being, under his leadership. Probably the second most in the military in my time. But they came back, and they're like, I was like, guys, I'm so sorry, because I genuinely felt bad. I'm like, but you guys are just not, you're screwing over everybody else, and I can't have you do that. And they're like, bro, like, you don't have to apologize. We were being dicks. And then, kind of once like all the nerves die down, all the nerves of like being in the military, being in basic training, it's like it kind of gets less and less. Ooh, I was like, screw this. Like, I'm still gonna do my job. I'm still gonna try to be the best out of everyone, but like, people respect you more when you're honest and kind, not when you're overbearing and mean. Because if the guy that's can do the best out of everyone, performs the best out of everyone, can just be humble, and I'm not saying I'm humble or anything, but I'm saying from my perspective, like, I always respected those guys more because, I got bullied in school, like, really bad, especially like on the baseball team when I was a freshman, and I got to go play with the varsity team. Everybody hated that. Oh my gosh, this freshman thinks he can play with it's like, bro, you guys, you're 3 years older than me. Like, relax. I've been playing with people 3, 4, 5 years older than me my entire life. But they would be so mean. It was like very strange. But I remember very vividly, there was a couple people that were cool and kind to me. And I think that's the first time where I was like, I want to try to be a leader. Fast forward military, whatever, blah, blah, blah. That's kind of where I got that mindset from. Where I was like, I don't respect these dudes that are just, even if you're good at baseball, if you're just a jerk, like, I don't want to listen to you. Screw you. But if you're really good, and like you're cool, like you're humble enough to be cool, and like be at my level as a human being, that's dope. I really respect that. Like, you're a good person. And so, once the nerves kind of died down, I started thinking more like that. But I feel like I was pretty generous with like, hey guys, can you like please stop doing that so I don't have to rat you out. Anyways, a funny little basic training story. I know nobody requested this, but I've been wanting to do hand sounds for a minute. And I never thought about doing a hard candy until I had these cough drops. So you get a little soft-spoken, some repetition. Somebody asked for that. I didn't do very much repetition in this video. I feel like I'm not very good at being relaxing. Like, my aura isn't relaxing. Because I'm not like trying too hard to be like, because I just talk about whatever. But maybe the sounds are good enough to be relaxing. I just don't think it's my personality, to be honest with you. I just like to talk. just like to talk. What else can we talk about before this cough drop is going? Take a second for my hands. These are so good. Man. That guy was in the front of my house this morning screaming his head off. I wish I could just show you guys, but that would be so disrespectful, and I would never do that to him. But I do wish that I could share, like, you know, like, can you believe this? But yeah, that would be so disrespectful if I did that. I would never think about doing that. But I wish you guys could see it, because it's just kind of bizarre. Not in a way to make fun of him, but he's literally making a spectacle of himself because he was screaming and ripping his shirt off of his chest on the sidewalk in front of my house for hours. But anyways, I always crunch up the cough drops before they're gone. Or like, you guys remember those strawberry candies that have like strawberry gooey inside of them? Or no, strawberry watermelon. I want to get some of those. I would just immediately crunch as soon as I could like feel it getting thinner. I'm just crunching through it. But anyways, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this long hand sounds, rambling, hard candy, cough drop video, whatever you want to call it. And let me know if any of you guys ever went through that in basic training or anything like that, if you served or something of that instance, you know, using something so small to try to get through a crappy situation, because it just makes it so much better somehow. That little glimpse of hope and that little sweet treat. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. And as always, please, please, please have a good rest.